We bring you guests that challenge the narrative, unveil what power hides, and spark national debate, speaking truth to power, from the grassroots to the highest offices. EMV. We bring you guests that challenge the narrative, unveil what power hides, and spark national debate, speaking truth to power, from the grassroots to the highest offices. EMV.
Lero bwacha bakamba mu kyalo ky'esu kya Zambia ekyaweka Enjoy. Abantu baafa bakamba kulya mu nfumbwe. More than 20 people balebe pati ni babiri. Bagamba. Fish to arufyanya. People have died. Mumino yabakapokola. The police killing people. Why? In the same government bagamba. Abductions have happened. Bagamba. If you're not with them, it's either you're dead or you're in prison. This government, you're going to change big man. Fish to arufyanya pakukubika mu office. Fish to arufyanya. Why me? Missing. Achani ruba mwaicho and dishonor. Where is why me? Agent, tell us with your government, where is why me? Give us why me. Justice for why me, big man. Wachila mo HH. Wala tupwisha bega kutupwisha bagamba. Katwale kya kulanda big man. Why you think? Maina watata. Sabia tuwasevana. Bagamba. Wanesa tuwakweni. Mujala tetu. Icha Zambia. Tuamona mwempwa. Tuamona mwempwa. Nama Abducted bagamba. Owo muteko tualeta. Wadulete lama. Amazara mush. No you can take. Wala ipompa tudeka. No you can take. Apa nomba bane. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakuvota bane. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika fuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. When you day akwa fwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Aikona man. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Ita yakwa fwe. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Yakuliati kwenyu. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mayona batata. Mayona batata. Bayuthi. Twisuli amenso. Twisuli amenso. Batusendela nomba batwipaila na hope Yesu. Endika chagwa lungu watubela tinani mkwatila plan B. Nomba tuwadishiba plan B abamino ya kualesa. Bantu banga abalafu mu kyalo ky'esu kya Zambia. Nibanga abantu abala Abducted mu kyalo ky'esu kya Zambia. Bambire kuli jeje banda. Nibanga abantu abala ba mu prison. Abena chitotela chilangwa. Wonze baba prison netunguru shina shimbi. Muri one government ya kwa HH. Abantu naba mweleza. Aikata nomba baikata na kuyetika chakwa lungu atukwatile plan B. Abakubo byabyo mufulo big man. Mufulo pa mufulo. Bilabine batsendela yetika chakwa. Abano babane. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakuvota bane. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa mufulo. Wakufuatika fuatika. Mufulo pa mufulo. Mufulo pa man. Mufolo pa mufolo.
So these are the UPND cadres who beat up President Lubinda. Wait for me. We're going to we are at a distance because it's not safe, but these are the cadres who beat up President Lubinda in Kawe, and they're going around this way. I need to stop filming. Wait, put out the foot. We are not safe in Zambia. We are not safe. They are celebrating right now. So these are the UPND cadres who beat up
It's okay like this.
Just like that.
Good afternoon, countrymen and women. We wish to address the nation on some very important and yet unfortunate circumstance that has happened in Kabwe. We have received some very disturbing reports from Kabwe that Honorable Given Lubinda has been abducted. He's been brutalized by suspected UPND cadres who interrupted his meeting, the meeting that he was having with party officials, after which they severely brutalized Honorable Lubinda with all those that had accompanied him, and later abducted him and sped off in a pickup whose details were yet to avail to the police. The purpose of this address is to call upon the Inspector General of Police to immediately deploy officers to Kabwe and was run. Abducted at City Market. Today, we have our senior party officials beaten and abducted. Things that we never saw before. I do not think any citizen can today recount or catalogue the events of abductions as we have them today. Today, abductions are the order of the day. There is no freedom of association, no freedom of speech. What wrong has Comrade Lubinda done? We all know that we are going for the general elections next year. As a Patriotic Front Party, we have our intra-party elections. We have been engaging our party officials to lobby for support for our intra-party elections in preparation for the general election. Yes. What wrong has Comrade Lubinda done by exercising its fundamental rights enshrined in our constitution? A right to associate, a right to assemble, a right to speak to his fellow party members. What business have the UPND got in PF matters. If Honorable Lubinda is meeting PF officials, what business is it of Upnd to go and interrupt, brutalize, and later abduct members of the Patriotic Front Party? President Hakainde Hichilema, the buck stops at you. The buck to end violence stops at you. Mr. President, you've got to take full responsibility of what is happening in Kabwe. Inspector General of Police will act in your name, but the buck stops at you. We want to call upon you, Mr. President, that you immediately ensure that President Lubinda is secured from wherever he is. Yeah. So, countrymen and women, this is what we thought we should bring to the fore. A very, very unfortunate incident indeed. And we pray that wherever Honorable Lubinda and others are indeed safe, because they were severely brutalized by those that have abducted them. Thank you very much, countrymen and women.
President Lubinda, wait for me. We're going to we are at a distance because it's not safe, but these are the cadres who beat up President Lubinda in Kabwe, and they're going around this way. I need to stop filming. Wait, put out the phone. We are not safe in Zambia. We are not safe. They are celebrating right now. So these are the Upnd cadres who beat up President Lubinda. Wait for me.
Good day, and good afternoon to you in Zambia. And we are tracking a story in Kabwe where our acting president, Honorable Given Lubinda, is currently in Kabwe. You know that we have a matter in the courts of law in Kabwe where an injunction was obtained by the expelled member of parliament, Mafinga MP, Robert Chabinga. So we have a matter in court in Kabwe, and Honorable Given Lubinda, acting president of the Patriotic Front, traveled to Kabwe with some lawyers. At the time of this incident, when he was attacked, brutalized, bundled in a car, and taken to an unknown place, now we've established that he's been taken to Kabwe Central Police. He was with members of the Patriotic Front in Kabwe at a lodge. Upnd cadres numbering about 50 stormed the place and demanded that Honorable Given Lubinda stops the meeting. He was not even the one speaking. There was Honorable Musoma, who's an alliance leader member, and they were interacting with our structures in Kabwe because they were waiting for the matters in court. And these Upnd cadres immediately excused all the women, told the women to go out because they said what they were going to do was brutal. And then they beat up the officials, dragged Honorable Given Lubinda, as you've seen in the video, and abducted him We've established that the cadres were sent by the permanent secretary from Central Province because most of the cadres kept on calling him and giving him update. Our people followed, then he was bundled at Central Police in Kabwe, where they said they had conducted a citizen arrest on Honorable Given Lubinda, and that he was conducting an illegal meeting which is against the Public Order Act. That's the reason they went, disrupted the meeting, beat up the men, grabbed Honorable Given Lubinda and took him away. I'm trying to call someone who's in Kabwe to give us the current update of where we are. As you've seen in the appeal by our leader, Brian Munduvile Mprokoso MP and former leader of in Parliament for the opposition, the buck stops not on anybody else, on President Hakainde Hichilema. Just a few days ago, brazenly, Upnd cadres from Kanyama, sent by the MP from Kanyama, stormed the party office, damaged vehicles, went upstairs, grabbed documents, destroyed furniture, broke some windows, and they stormed out and they beat people, the people that they had found at our party secretariat and the people outside. Upnd cadres from Kanyama, sent by the MP in Kanyama, Chinkuli, are the ones that came to the party secretariat, stormed the party secretariat, beat our officials, damaged property, damaged motor vehicles. Today, it is in Kabwe, acting president, Given Lubinda, who is in Kabwe for the court case where we have a matter before Judge Limbani we're trying to see how that matter can be heard. Today was stopped by Upnd cadres, sent, I'm not even using the word allegedly, sent by PS Central Province, PS Central Province, because some of the cadres could be heard giving him an update and up to the minute report of what has happened. Now we've got him. Now we've chased the women. It's like they had coordinated, planned it very well. We've removed the women, and this person was on the call with the PS. Yes, PS. Yes, PS. So that's a matter we are tracking from Kabwe. Let me get someone who can explain to us who was at the scene. Honorable Given Lubinda was with some officials. Let me see. At the time I was trying to do a recording with them, they were not in a safe place because the entire place has been surrounded, even at the central place, by Upnd cadres.
We are at a distance because it's not safe, but these are the cadres who beat up President Lubinda in Kabwe, and they are going around this way.
Kwenyu ndemwe chawe mabanja ona njala mkomo ndalama zonse mutumbalano masukwa kuchuluka pa mutupatu. Time is up, time is up. Kwenyu not enough. Time is up for your lies and bluff. Time is up, time is up. Kwenyu not enough. Time is up for your lies and bluff. Kanizanu ndizopanda pindu anakulira mise umwatu chilengede chatopano osati mapocket anu Upnd kandalama. Listen to the cries, they're louder than your lies. You can't silence the truth. It's time for the youth. Time is up, time is up. When you're going is not enough. Time is up. For your lies and bluff. Time is up, time is up. When you're going is not enough. Time is up. For your lies and bluff. We rise, we stand, we fight together for the children, for a better forever. When you kunata pano, we take the rain. Tikonza jiko. When you demwe chabe mabanja onanja.
Good day, thank you very much, and thank you for joining this urgent live broadcast. We are discussing the matter in Kabwe, where Honorable Given Lubinda was attacked and was dragged, beaten and dragged and deposited at the Central Police in Kabwe. The cadres allege that Honorable Given Lubinda was holding an illegal meeting. The acting president is in Kabwe for our court matter. We're supposed to have a court matter to challenge the matters regarding expelled MP Robert Chavinga, who has, obtained an ex parte order to stop the PF from holding its scheduled elective conference. And, he got an order that the PF should vacate their secretariat. There have been developments since he got that injunction. On Saturday, members of Upnd identified from Kanyama stormed the party secretariat. They were sent by the MP from Kanyama. They gathered at his premises, at his premises that he had arranged. Then they stormed the Patriotic Front, beat our people, damaged property, broke doors, broke our furniture, broke stove equipment, including documents. And they beat our security officials downstairs. And they beat people that were surrounding the areas. You saw the video. And now today, we have a group suspected. I'm reluctant to use the word suspected, but we'll leave it to the police. Dr. Milna Mwanakampwe, permanent secretary in Central Province, because these cadres kept on updating. Now we have removed the women. Now the women are out. Yes, no, we have taken him. It was a violent scene for everyone. And we'll get an update from someone who's in Kabwe. This matter starts and stops at President Hakainde Hichilema, who himself has been issuing threats against the PF, who has systematically attempted to steal the Patriotic Front. He has installed stooges. He is in the process of rigging the 2026 elections. He is in the process of ensuring that no credible candidate stands with him. He is stealing the largest political party, not just the largest opposition, the largest political party in our country is being stolen right in front of our eyes. He started with Kabushi, Kwacha, and it looked like an isolated incident. He's gone for seats like Kawambwa, Pambashe, Mwense, now Lumezi, now Mfue. He is in the process of rigging the 2026 general elections by ensuring that the largest political party in Zambia doesn't participate in the election. So he has disenfranchised it, and he has put a stooge. In a member, we have both expelled Mal Sampa, expelled Robert Chavinga. We expelled Robert Chavinga. Robert Chavinga should not be in parliament. Robert Chavinga today is sitting in parliament, courtesy of President Hakainde Hichilema. Robert Chavinga today is sitting and drawing allowances, and they've instructed the media to call him PF president. They've changed documents at the registrar of, at the office of the registrar to ensure that Robert Chavinga is called acting president. This is not just an attack on the patriotic front, it's an attack on democracy. And sometimes our people do not get it. The PF, even if it was vanquished, beaten, and defeated in 2021, you will see that the larger number of votes actually came from strongholds of the PF. Eastern Province, Muchinga, Northern, added the votes that he had from Southern, Western, and Northwestern Province. President Hakainde Hichilema has perpetrated these attacks. President Hakainde Hichilema has single-handedly ensured that the PF is destroyed. He wants to be on the ballot alone. It is for this reason that the party wrote a letter to SADC, and I'm glad that other opposition leaders are joining us. The attack on Honorable Given Lubinda by cadres who took law into their own hands, accused him of holding an illegal meeting, is totally unacceptable. And why are the cadres brazen? Because they have seen they attacked the PF Secretariat in 2021. There was no apology. It took us a long time to mobilize furniture, repair the Secretariat, secure the Secretariat. That was the first major attack the day that President Hakainde Hichilema was sworn in. They attacked it. Since then, there have been various attacks, including the latest one that occurred on Monday, where they beat up people, stormed the premises, and destroyed our furniture and destroyed motor vehicles that were parked in the area. Today, acting Given Lubinda has been abducted by Upnd cadres, sent by Dr. Miuna Mwanakampwe, Permanent Secretary, Central Province, is the one our people that were at the scene that they had cadres reporting to. That is what we are discussing. I'm opening phone lines. Zambians, this is your matter. You have to help us secure the life of Honorable Given Lubinda. You have to help us secure the life of the PF. You have to help us secure the life of democracy.
Time is up, time is up. When you're not enough, time is up. For your lies and bluff, time is up, time is up. When you're not enough, time is up. For your lies and bluff. Kanizanu ndizo panda pindu. Anakulira miseu mwatu. Tikufuna chilengede chatopano. Osati mapoke tanu opindika ndalama. Listen to the cries, they're louder than your lies. You can't silence the truth. It's time for the youth. Time is up, time is up. When you're is not enough, time is up. For your lies and bluff, time is up, time is up. When you're not enough, time is up. And bluff. We rise, we stand, we fight together for the children, for better forever. When you kunata pano, we take the rain. Tikonza jiko. Kwenye ndemwe chawe mabanja onanjala mkomo.
let's open the phone lines and help me. I'm trying to track our officials in Kabwe to give us a current update, but you can call and with the available information, you can make your contributions. Hello, caller.
Hello, this is Precious Imangambieto from Livingstone.
Yes, Precious.
I really felt bad when I saw the way these cadres, they abducted our acting president. By Manu Mamba, my appeal to you is, I'm asking if all the leaders in opposition, please, if you can let International Criminal Court of Law come in this case, because these people, they are taking advantage of our people, and we cannot continue allowing the Upnd to start now taking Zambia like it's their own property. You know, myself, this is what I always tell you. This thing, you people, it's not only Bagiven Lubinda alone, but this thing, it will affect each and everyone. So please, if it's possible, let International Criminal Court of Law come in. The president is the reason why everything is happening. It is the president himself who is giving those people powers to start now threatening each and everyone. That's why you see that even Vachavinga is free to come in public and tell the nation to lie, to say that I'm in alliance with Hakainde Hichilema. That is a sign. It's showing you that whatever he's doing, it's not him who is doing it. It is Hakainde Hichilema who is sending him to do whatever he's doing, just to block these leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, callers. I'm trying to get people from Kabwe to give us an update. We are tracking a story where acting president Given Lubinda was abducted by UPND cadres sent by Permanent Secretary Muna Mnakampwe. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, let me just go straight into what I want to say, Ambassador, please. Sorry about that. It's all today Facebook, Ambassador, to say the truth. It is so bad. And I don't know why in Africa, and Zambia in particular, that Zambia, probably this is what has contributed even to the African development or the Zambian development. One thing I've vetted actually above all, changing the government or maintaining the government, is the reference to the past. But PF so na number. So what PF today? So PF so we just have to change the color. That is what is happening. Bamwamba, what we are seeing, actually for me, what I can say, in the first place, I will say this actually on record. If the MP of Wengwa can't be summoned in the first place, can't be summoned by the police, even today or tomorrow, because it's like, for me, this is the Genesis where all these things are coming from. He has to explain. He called on all provinces to actually do the act we are seeing now. Secondly, Bamwamba, we don't seem to learn. The Rwandan genocide, how it all started. Bamwamba, we are playing with fire in Zambia, and we are playing with something that we cannot even handle. I am so scared about what we are seeing now. This is just 2025, and we haven't even stepped into January, February of 2026. We began to see what we are seeing now. I am sorry. And you know, Bamwamba, what has actually scared me the most, much more what has happened today, is actually the time this thing has been happening. And look at the figure. Who is targeted? Now, that is not very good. That is not very good, and it is not safe. It is not safe for a PF Bamwamba. Beyond PF, this is not safe for every Zambian, including those guys who are doing that. It is not. I was talking about Rwanda, and people were watching, just like we tend to watch. Look at what happened in Tanzania. People were watching. Again, we are watching. How I wish Laz can actually take a leaf by suing Honorable Kassaut Take him to court. Let him explain. What we are seeing is barbaric, Bamwamba. This is not Zambia. And I don't think these are politics. Politics, where they are coming from America, it is only this time actually, after many years, when we can talk about seeing what happened at the Capitol Hill and everything. But all in all, what we are seeing is actually not even inspiring. Okuba abantu nangukuba bena Zambia. It is not. It is not. We had the power, we had the strength, probably to drag UPND and PF leadership to the Hague to explain what we are seeing. There's no way we can, because we are watching. What we are watching, Mamamba, this is disaster before us. For information, this is disaster in making. It is disaster in making. I don't think Zambians or the other camp forever retaliate if this peace will be sustained. In my book, I'm concluding the one that I have done. In my book, I've quoted Ambassador Lewanika, the sister. I've quoted where she said, peace is like a bank account. Each day you actually withdraw, you are not depositing there. We are going to find ourselves in red with our peace. And it will be very difficult for us to actually deposit.
Thank you very much. The scenes in Kabwe where acting president Given Lubinda was abducted by UPND cadres that were apparently reporting to Miuna Mwanakampwe, PS Central Province. This is a civil servant. I don't understand why they let him do the kind of politics. It's not the first time that Mwanakampwe has been quoted or caught doing political activities. And here he is sending a horde of thugs, about 50 of them in 3 buses that stormed the lodge where Honorable Given Lubinda was, removed the women, beat the men that were there, beat him and dragged him. We just later learned that they went and deposited him at the Central Police, and they're accusing him that he had held an unlawful assembly. Honorable Given Lubinda is in Kabwe. We have a court matter in Kabwe. Our lawyers have traveled to Kabwe. He was in Kabwe for that reason. We have a matter in which Robert Chavinga, an expelled MP, we've expelled him as if you put us in factions. Mao Sampa expelled him. That is a guy they are saying is PF president. That's a guy that public media is quoting as PF president. That's a guy that they changed the official documents at the Registrar of Society. President Hakainde Hichilema is in the process of stealing the largest political party in Zambia. He wants it to be in alliance with the UPND. And he has used all legal and illegal infrastructure to ensure that this is achieved. The events in Kabwe even dwarf his own stoning by his own cadres in Kabwe. And we have in Chiwempala, in Chingola, we haven't had please call, I'll take your call. We want you to join us in this debate. Hello, please call. Tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, good afternoon, Ambassador Mwamba. This is Bruce from the UK.
Yes, Bruce.
I've just read sad reason on the Facebook regarding the abduction of Honorable Given Lubinda.
Yes.
You see, this is a very sad day for Mother Zambia, because as Zambia as a whole, we are one. Ubuntu, we are one. Politics should make us enemies, regardless of whether you are PF, UNIP, MMD, we are one. Democracy has been disarray in this regime government because they're not respecting the rule of law. What has gone wrong with this current government? They promised the Zambians that they're going to uphold the rule of law, but what they're doing right now is opposite of reality. UPND is what's important to know is that they were in opposition. They're supposed to do what Zambians expect them to do. Now they're not doing the opposite side of reality. Look at the president. The president is just quiet. He's a commander-in-chief. He's supposed to enact and put people to book, but he's just quiet. Why is he afraid of democracy? Our forefathers fought for democracy for a reason. That's why we are here as Zambians. We ought to understand that we are one Zambia, one nation. What's happening in Zambia right now is very sad. I end here.
Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Afternoon, Ambassador. This is Mlenga calling from England.
Mlenga, make your contributions.
Sure. Ambassador, today I was reading a statement from Joseph William Dolo where he talked about the unity of the opposition and the fact that when the opposition is not united, especially amongst the people that are contesting vying for the PF presidency, definitely the ruling party, the UPND, will use that as a tool to cause more harm to the party. Yeah. So for me, all this has to start with the party itself. Look, today there was a statement that was issued by Honorable Davis Mwila talking about the appointment of Lubinda and everything. Then we see the candidate themselves, they are also attacking each other left, right, and center. Definitely, that is a recipe for these guys to come in and cause more confusion. If the opposition themselves can unite and speak one word, right now as we are speaking, I don't think anyone can be outside Kawe looking at what has happened to Honorable Lubinda if these people are united. So my humble plea to these comrades in the opposition is to come together and ensure that they do one thing, that is uniting amongst them, unity amongst themselves, and then fight for the bigger cause, which is the country. Because the UPND, they have made it clear. The president himself made it clear. He told us to say, "Vaya sana." I protected them. Okay, when they lost power, I protected them. No, vaya sana. Already, it may not come out clearly to say do this to them or that. Definitely, in somewhere inside, he must have instructed someone. Look at the authority that Kasauta had when he calling for the rebirth of Kadahism, and look at what followed, the event that followed. The PF was attacked, the secretariat was attacked, people were beaten, and then this also comes. Someone talked about saying, no, it may have happened in PF. There was no, I never had any abductions in PF. There were those unruly cadres who could go and threaten people, beat up some people in those sporadic cases. But look at the emphasis that is in this current government. They have abducted. Some of them we just don't know them because they are not known. Imagine if one was not known. We wouldn't have known about his abduction, but it's because the public figure and is well known countrywide. That's why we are talking about him. So so these people have made it a point. You talk about them, they deal with you. And if the opposition is going to be isolated, each man for himself, God for everyone, they will definitely deal with everyone, and there will be no election to talk about come next year. Thank you so much, Honorable.
Thank you very much. Please call. We are tracking a story from Kabwe where Honorable Lubinda was abducted by UPND cadres that have been organized by Permanent Secretary for Central Province, Dr. Miuna Mnakapwe. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling you from Dar es Salaam.
Yes.
And I will opt to remain anonymous. We have got cyber laws here.
Yes.
We have a junta here. We have a government that is bent on curtailing the freedom of speech from the people.
Yeah.
I want to register my reflection over what is happening. I've been checking on social media here, and I must say that it's deeply troubling indeed, and very shocking indeed to see an elderly man being treated in that fashion. I mean, President Hakainde Hichilema is a grandfather. He's a big man who deserves respect. And these are leaders in this government. I've got leaders. President Hakainde Hichilema deserves respect as an elderly man. I don't know what hits his conscience when he sees a big person like Lubinda being dragged in that fashion. I remember exactly when UPND was in opposition, when such similar things were happening. The cadres and everybody were busy blaming Edgar Lungu to say, why not do? Where is, and like the previous caller has rightly observed, President Hichilema is quiet as if he's not seeing anything. PF Secretariat was ransacked. He's quiet as if he's not seeing anything. He's quiet, he's dead, silent. What's happening to this country is deeply unfortunate, Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba. Deeply troubling indeed. And I never knew or envisaged that would reach this stage. And you see the goodness with these criminals, these thugs, is that they are clearly identifiable. You can clearly see them in those pictures. Now, the question that we have, Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba, is that what police do we have? If you're going to have an Inspector General of Police clearly, openly campaigning for a ruling party, and clearly drawing parallels to say the police officer is shown in to protect the government of the day. And we have now Inspector General of Police who is there drawing comparisons to say if we went with the previous government, things would have been hard. Where, Ambassador Emmanuel Mwamba, is this country going? And do you expect that police officer to be impartial? What is that police officer going to do with this thuggery that is happening? Because what is inflaming all these things are statements that are coming from the police command. So
okay, my brother, let's take other voices. Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear brother. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good afternoon, Ambassador Mwamba. This is Lillian Matambo calling you from the UK.
Yes, Lillian.
I must say that today is another heartbreaking day. I haven't yet gotten over the fact that Nakachinda is in jail presently. And, seeing Nakachinda and Lubinda always together has always been, the face of the Patriotic Front. And just last night, I was celebrating Lubinda on my Facebook page, talking about how he's a strong candidate for the inter-party elections that are coming up next week. And to hear this sad news today has actually spoiled my day, my mood. And I'm just pointing this at Hakainde Hichilema, who is very desperate for power. This is a former Minister of Defense, Honorable
Minister
Lubinda.
of Justice.
Justice. And I used to travel to Zambia when I was campaigning for UPnd. And I believe, Mwamba, the reason why I went through that experience was for God to prepare me for this journey, for these 2026 elections. Because I wouldn't have seen UPnd as a bad party if I was not part of them. And then I was in the opposite, and I was working with UPnd, but then PF were the ones who were in power. I would travel, Mwamba, to Zambia. We would even chat with officials per airport, even when I'm leaving. See you next time, Lily. I would go to the embassy. Nobody ever dared arrested me or even abducted me in any way. But this is what Hakainde Hichilema has brought in. And each time we speak, people are quick to point at, it's obviously inter-party elections. They've just used the timing of the inter-party elections to abduct this man. And I'm told that he's been dumped at the police station somewhere, trying to charge him with unlawful assembly. So, Mwamba, tell me, when has it ever become an offense for me to visit you in your house, to talk about, political party affairs of our own party? This is freedom of, expression, movement. This man traveled all the way to Kawe. He's an elderly man. I highly respect him. And then you decide to treat him like a kid, pulling him by the tie. I couldn't even watch this video. Such videos, Mwamba, I just share without even watching them. Because I would never think that HH would stoop so low. Why is he doing this? Because of what happened in Chingola. We condemned, we didn't celebrate, but we said, it's your own people doing that to you. But then he now wants to inflict pain, more pain. I mean, PF is still mourning. We've lost Lungu. We have not yet buried him. And you want to inflict more pain and more pain. Are you a human being or a Chinama? I don't even understand this man. Like, he's so wicked. Please, Zambian people, don't give Hakainde Hichilema a chance. Mukachula. For him, it's either you are in prison or you are dead. People are just trying to express themselves. They are saying there's no opposition. There's no opposition. It's one party state. Is this what you mean by trying to abduct Lubinda? The social media. And if anything happens to that man, fear for all of it, we are going to put it on HH. HH used to always condemn Edgar Lungu. Now he is silent, yet he knows what his people are doing. We condemn cadarism and we continue to condemn it. But we've seen the ministers giving a red light signal to say, go ahead, start, doing what you have to do to these people. But Lubinda has never sent any of those people in Chingola. He doesn't even know them. But for HH, he wants everybody to experience what he has experienced before in his past. He's a sadist, a very sad man. And by the way, he was in jail because he committed an offense of treason, of which walungu bali mumfira no oluse. But enata akwata n'ekikuku n'oluse, alefu afale ekitafe punish abantu abali bonse fe ekikufe bali mu nshira yakwe. Please, next year the convention is going ahead. Whoever will emerge as a winner, we are all going to rally behind that person and support that person. Hakainde Hichilema wetuchinga tawatuchimfye now tukwatira ichi chivereshi nobe chowatampa ukula veresha ba given Lubinda a veteran politician. Even if Lubinda is chosen as the president of PF to ababika fervent to a ballot, by 10 hours you are out. You know it. That's why you want to put fear and intimidation in that elderly man. That's why I'm very upset. That's like our father. No. They should be brought to book. So please, guys, go and register as voters. UPND. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. That's Lily Mtambo from the UK. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Bamwamba nine Mumbipiri kuno kuchongwe.
Yeah, Honorable Mumbipiri, good day.
I'm very, very sad. And for those who are saying when things were happening in PF, we used to condemn them. At no time did I see any opposition leader being abducted in the time here PF. I never saw any office of the opposition fidiyaba chitireba UPnd kwisamko chitaransak ama offices yaba PF. It never happened. Ngefa finelile mtambo achilalanda. I failed to watch that video. Mwamba weswala nindila even now ichikonko. Is this the Zambia we want? But Bishop, I call out your name, but Bishop Lungu, my bishop from Chipata Diocese, you supported this man. Where are you? But Bishop Imbakando, you supported Hakainde. Are you telling me you're not seeing the things, wrong things which are happening? Is it okay for you? It's only that Trace from Pundu who was speaking has also become quiet. But Chikuye, at least in Abobalelanda, Bishop Chinyama of Monze Diocese, you supported the church. Where are you? Where are we going to leave our children? Bamwamba busheba UPND, fish bachita government of Obaletini no kufumapo. Where they want to kill people at all costs. Ulioa Chidonsa Lubinda has been identified at Wakuka Mchanga. Are we going to see him being arrested if they didn't arrest Uyua Chile lead Abama Thugs? Vale Mulumbula Bene. Gilbert Riswaniso is the only one in UPND who is seeing the wrong things which are being done by the youth. Mwele sangoko mwaba kumulu tumoneni. Yes, we read in the Bible, Lord, that people asked for so, and you gave them what they asked for. Mwele sabena Zambia balapila. Ala tumoneni tulolesheni. Me, I'm scared for the future of my grandchildren. Because tapabe chipampa. Ngasirafi netwa mwene udio mwana wesu wa ku Southern Province. Kumushuku afumabe shukuru bwandi kubwengwa. Takwete chipampa tuwa kumonze wa kubwengwa. That man was nearly killed. Chetulea kui. Lesa tuafweni. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
You are talking to Angel Stab Munamachera from Lusaka, Makeni.
Yes, my brother. Make your contributions.
Yeah, my contribution is that I think now I don't know who we can trust. Because in a time of PF, we saw that. And you, the PF, you refused. Even in time of UPND, we have seen this the same thing is repeating. So history is repeating itself. So now we are even scared because we see like you politician now, you're just going there to destroy people's life. Because now you are influencing the youth to do that for selfish gain. That happened in PF. And also in UPND now, it's now history is repeating itself. So I don't know now who we can vote for. Because we vote for this one, and now even to change the parties now to move from PF to UPND, you are very fast to do that. Like the way Chabinga is doing, is making up dramas that is giving empty stories that we even see, even although we are not politicians. We even see that this man is giving empty stories so that he goes to UPND, he goes with people, so that he can kill the opposition. So this is really worrying to the nation, to my side. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. The phones are ringing. Join us. Make your contributions. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
My name is Moses Arenzo. I'm calling from Samba.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Mwamba, I just want to ask you something. Now, at the level of the acting president, Mr. Given Lubinda, how possible is it that he can move without security to defend him?
He had security. The people that came were many. They were over 50. He had security.
So now what kind of security that can run away from the president? No,
They didn't,
somehow.
from the reports I have, they didn't run away. Did you want a bloodbath?
This looks like something internal, so like maybe the PF faction trying to dent the government and the UPND. Because this is very common with the PF cadres actually. And with these leadership wrangles that you have as PF, this looks something suspicious, like it's staged or something, or maybe the factions within your party, and now you want to blame the government.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Because how is it possible?
The incident that occurred in Kabwe, the UPND stormed where Honorable Given Lubinda was at a lodge. They stormed the place. There were over 50. They chased the women and then beat the men that were there and dragged Given Lubinda, and they accused him of holding an illegal meeting. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello,
Mkwai.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Make your contribution.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
I don't know if you can hear me. Let me just go ahead and speak.
Yeah.
This is Konda calling you from Chilanga. Wamwamba, we are not happy if it's tika. Plan the fed sinka. Because in number, Chile Monica Barefo Kumona, Webati Bushe. Ama yots ba for finish if Rangachita. Ufka Parevo Yakova to Bambo could do some fiash like that. It is and chaos. Then my instruction I have from number one could immediate and our minister. That's why I want to arrest him. Then the president is now washing hands himself like he's clean. But the thing is, if you arrest, therefore I have to still react. But if we react, if our former president we are not going to have the politics that was happening in 2021. No. This is the reason why Amayotsi, PF, they are not involved. We want clean politics because Abantu average run in Sala.
nangu fe kula kwene file fya shitike kuchingora takwali PF uli wonse no bale aba bashitire file abantu babo kumulandu tabafikirishe nefe babala iloko bati baka bapera ama license no kubapera emigodi ichi tachiwe minangu panono nomba looking at the biggest party opposition PF bushibale muna kwati nalimo because even right now we can organize ourselves no kuya kukabwe kulya kwini nomba nishifinishe fubaramona that's bloodshed now instead of them allowing the PF to do what they are supposed to do, which is in their own constitution, to pave way, leave them do what they are supposed to do with their own convention. Now they are using Chavinga because they know that Chavinga is there, then the president Vadikoria. Olo nomba babo inflationinga tesha kwebati. Olo amano tabakoya kwebati. Chavingo bari tumare bonfya abantu babo. They no mufya shuri wonso kwebati. Na ishibatu muntu paneba are tumomwana wako ko ya mukuiva. Then wakapokulanga bayi katabana bali bakalunga mayena. They atakese kana no kwanda kitebana bandi then wakalanda tuwo batumani webo mamona bare to stop provoke to the limit that we won't stand it anymore. So now if we start reorganizing ourselves and start doing things that they are doing, this is now heading to bloodshed. Innocent people will die, and we are now going to the general election, which the president himself should show the peace and the unity that he always preach on. It's very difficult for him to wash his hands out of this blood which is coming out, because very soon we are getting tired of this. Mairo watonawera secretariat kurusaka. We failed to kwata convention and kwata press briefing secretariat. Twaire kwatira ku is it breve dear Lord somewhere there kuri wa honorable given which we had to do ukona ola ma transport kuya konse kuyo kutaliba mwamba when we have a house mpe potwinga ya kwatira meeting bwino no kulanda nama leaders beso. Then the other thing is Nalanda Pariva Davis. There is statement of Afunisho Kulanda Filava Davis. The reason why we are called opposition, it is because of him. I don't even know the law is playing as at now. That man has been removed out as SG. And Baba study press Kurivana Kachinda. So he's out of the system where he has power Ukulanda Kumwela. Is bringing confusion. If this man is also like Chavinga, because we now still see that he's also a game player like Chavinga, so he's inside the party to bring confusion, because he should understand that we are heading to the general convention. The
okay, my brother.
Wants to go the way
thank you. Let me take some more calls.
If there is matters that it does not sit well with him, he should not go and address the media. He should just speak it within the house, addressing the media, overlooking the statement of the highest rank of the vice president. Currently, that one is the president. And the other thing, our leaders, once abadi muri situation yakovati barishita contest ukubama president, let them pump money muri security ile bakonka uli wonso okwaya afuira kwata minimum security more than 200 youths. We are there, we know ourselves, so that the people are protected, the heads of states are protected, our leaders are protected, we don't lose anyone. At the end of the day, my exam Valeremba within their house, within the class, ukapasa tukasenda once, then all of us will rally behind that person.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, my name is Apostle Jacob Mirongo.
Yes, Apostle.
I'm calling you from within Lusaka.
Yes. Make your contribution.
Okay, so I have 2 points. One, I'm very much pointed with what happened to the former Minister of Justice, the former Minister of Defense, because the problem is that these people are not acting on their own. They were directed by the minister, let me say the MP, and by Mwali Teta. Because just after the minister made those remarks, in less than a week, PF people were beaten at a secretariat. They say PF had cadres, but I don't remember PF cadres following anybody at their secretariat, beat them up. So these guys have failed. They know that they failed, and they want to hold on to power by suppressing any voice, anybody that is rising. And I think we need to call upon the international communities, because they are failing to distinguish, to separate government from the party. You took them to the side, and they're responding in the capacity of the party, which is not making sense. No wonder they're making blunders. These people, they are amateurs, they're doing jobs on training. They're making errors after errors. Lied, giving us lies, and they fail to fulfill even 5% of their promises. As a result, now they want to start brutalizing and killing innocent people. I saw the video and I was in tears. My second point, sir, is that I'm calling upon everybody that is participating in the convention. Let them unite. Let them stick to one voice, because these guys, they are looking for loopholes. We have a very big crack in our party, so they are just capitalizing on the loopholes to destabilize PF, to paralyze us. But don't worry, we are here for you. We are here to pray, and I believe that our party can fall. We are rising. That was my point, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Alimi bali ku Northern Province, alimi bonse bali ku Northwestern Province. Today we have declared capitalism has started. Kuzwa iji ndiba president nibagajita declare no cadreism. Kuzwa nibagajita declare no cadreism. Twabona kwamba kuti ba president babaderera, alimi twabona kwamba kuti alo inka mubayiderera. Now we want to show them the way we are. Tuyandako ninga bonse abo bonse ibahubaya ba president. Tuyandako ninga bonse ibahubaya ba pinga. Abo zwabali yandako mujaya bantu. Pona alimi ibulelo wale la president wanka ku State House. Alimi bantu bajibwe tema jeje. We are coming for you.
Varia who wanted to disturb us in Chingola. Yesterday, I hear they are planning to disturb the polling station Ninshi Kulefyo Barefwaya. When we won, I told you not to revenge, not to beat anybody. Bafile bale chindika. Mule ungwaka? Bafile bale stashani? We protected them because you have nailed them, eh? You could have nailed them. I protected them. They must not extend their lucky.
Hello, caller, please make your tell us your name and where you're calling us from and make your contributions.
Thank you, Ambassador. Hichilema is my name. I'm calling you from Lusaka, Zambia.
Yes, Chilesha.
I want to speak to two things of what we've seen in Kabwe and also for the own concern of how our politics are done. First of all, we need to condemn that. I think that's not the type of politics we want to run as a country. Zambia is a democracy, and we need to be seen, even from those that are ruling now, to be showing that we are really running the democracy that we preach to ourselves. There is no need for that type of politics to be seen as we are seeing it. Okay, PF has got the internal politics that they are supposed to manage. They should be allowed to campaign within themselves to forge ahead and do that which they are expected. They are a political party. So that act that has happened should be condemned in all the deserves. We shouldn't be seeing that. I think we should all be condemning such things. And I would want to call upon the president to just let's do the right thing. This has nothing to show. I don't think there is need for us to show off power. I think it's just important that we allow the institution of government to function. A second point directly, I want to speak to the PF itself. And in particular, I want to speak to the statement that was issued by David. I don't think that at this point we need to communicate to each other in that way. PF has got its own structures. I was actually trying to see him address it to his own members like that. My expectation was that he has the numbers for President Lubinda, and he has all the structure that exists in PF. Why didn't he speak to those members? And he was already speaking about the central committee that we will be having. Why didn't he wait to raise those? Those are the issues that are actually showing us that there's actually unity within the party. As a senior member who has resigned from the position of the Secretary General, we should be seen to provide guidance instead of still trying to the political platform of street politics. I think it's important that as you speak, and I saw him in that address that was by it just didn't sit well. I don't even know why he appeared there when this thing is going on. I just thought that I could add my word to that. I think one, we need to respect on constitution and allow these other political parties to have their way. And we, you yourself as PF, you need also to have your communication structure to work on. I don't think that what happened in the previous next that's an internal issue to be discussing.
Thank you very much. I think we've gotten him. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, good afternoon, Ramwamba.
Good afternoon.
Just say my name. Yeah, just what I wanted to say. It's very, very sad that we are what we are able to see on the social media, especially to our father, Lubinda. He's a very peaceful man, actually. And I just want to also to answer that what I was said about the bodyguard, whatever. I think all of us, we understand that protection that we have. We gave this mandate to Upnd government. Are the ones who support to protect each one of us, including the opposition political parties. So you cannot use we can have internal security party. Overall, we are talking about people that we have given mandate. And one thing that we need to understand, we need to be very, very careful with this situation which we are now in, because as leaders who are in PF, try by all means to do whatever you can to come together and try to work together, because whatever you say, whenever you say something will still come up, and at the end of the day, they will start now blaming among yourselves. So it's very, very difficult, and we need to be very vigilant and understand that from now on up to the time that we are going to they are going to have inter-party elections, it will not be easy. If something happens, they will even come to blame to say these guys have failed to do this because they are confused. So my appeal is that let people work together, and the government should make sure that they protect each one of us. If the statements are coming from leaders that we have, suggesting that Kadaism has come back is unfortunate, and we are going to plunge this country into chaos, and it will not be good. And we understand that we are a Christian nation. Please, let's just uphold that. Let's just come together as one. Whether ruling party or opposition, we are in the same country and we are just same people. And it's very sad that most of these clergies that we have in the country, they are quiet. In whatever is happening, I don't know if they are also fearing the cyber security law, I don't know. But we understand that these people are able to speak on our behalf. So let's just see and do whatever we can. Our leaders, our forefathers have fought for this peace that we are enjoying.
Anybody who Northern Province,
Thank you, my brother.
anybody who Northwestern Province, today we have declared Kadarism has started. Kuzwa izindi ba president ne bagita declare no Kadarism. Kuzwa ni bagita declare no Kadarism. Twabona kwamba kuti ba president babaderera alimi twabona kwamba kuti alo income bayiderera. Now we want to show them the way we are. Tuyandako ninga bonse abo bonse ibahubaya ba president. Tuyandako ninga bonse ibahubaya bapinga. Abo zwabali yandako mujaya abantu. Pona alimi ibulelo wali la president wonka ku State House. Alimi bantu bajibete majeje. We are coming for you. Zambia.
Varia who wanted to disturb us in Chongola, yesterday I hear they are planning to disturb the polling station Ninshi Kulefo Barefwaya. When we won, I told you not to revenge, not to beat anybody. Bafure vale chindika. Mule mpaka? Bafure vale stashani? We protected them because you would have nailed them. You could have nailed them. I protected them. They must not extend their lucky.
Let's start with you, caller. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Yes, I'm calling from within Lusaka. This is Dr. Transford Chomba. I'm the president for the International Institute of Democracy and Conflict Resolution.
Thank you,
At
Dr.
the same
Chomba.
time, African Prosperity Fund. First of all, to be very honest with you, what has started happening in our country, it makes a sad region. What we should understand, I just want to make this clear and call, especially to our young people. Look at this scenario. We've never seen you as Emmanuel Mwamba, the aspiring candidate for Patriotic Front. Even when we are permanent secretary, when we're, for example, trying to probably push for democratization, we've never seen our members of parliament in parliament building or anywhere. We've never seen Gary Nkombo having probably a difference with any other person from maybe the opposition, rolling their sleeves to come and fight. I just want to warn the politicians. This country don't belong to the politicians. Stop abusing the young people. And for you, the young people, look at this. We stay together in these shant compounds. We stay together in Chawama, where, for example, in those so-called Mitadada, we even share the little food that we have. We even share anything that we have. I can go to my brother in the same that was for thought. I'll go and even ask for minimum. By today, you are hired to only be paid 100 kwacha, to be paid 50 kwacha to cause chaos. No, this is not the Zambia we want. Whoever is promoting this, and I've got to be very honest, without fear or favor, the way war breaks out, War does not just break out like a bushfire. It starts just like that. Let us protect the democracy. Each one of us has got a right to belong to any political party of his or her choice. That is our constitutional right. Each one of us has got a right of assembly, a right of association. That is the constitutional right of each of us as Zambians. What we want is peace in this country. We've got only one country, and this is Zambia. Let me say this. Those people who are sponsoring or hiring you, they have got money to fly out of this country. If in an event that war broke out, they'll fly out with hired jets, with hired planes, and then they will leave you and me dying like chickens. So please, please, my friend.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just hold on, caller. Hello, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, Bamwamba. Speechless. That's my name. Speechless. Bamwamba, it was just the other day when I said the worst is yet to come. I just couldn't believe my eyes to see what I have seen on the clip. We are in dire strait, Bamwamba. This is a sign of a complete fall of our democracy. And to be honest with you, such a situation could cause a civil war. I'm pronouncing a civil war because people can't just sit back and start looking at what's happening. We are human beings and we've got feelings. We've got sentiments. Bamwamba, our leaders should not just sit completely, sitting comfortably and assume that the brutal happenings are normal. This terrible situation is affecting a common Zambian like me and like everyone else. I couldn't just set my eyes twice looking at a father being dragged out in such a manner as though he were a criminal. It's unbelievable and it's not acceptable. These poor young people, these youths are poor. They don't really know what they are doing. They are being incited for something that they can never handle. At the end of the day, Bamwamba, it's them who are going to suffer, who are going to cause the consequences. I just can't believe it. This has to end. This has to end, Bamwamba. Sorry, I've got a call, but I submit.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. Let me take some more calls. Thank you very much, callers. We are tracking a story from Kabwe where Honorable Given Lubinda was abducted by UPND cadres allegedly sent by PS Milner Mwanakampwe because they were reporting to him. I've got a caller. Caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good afternoon, Honorable Manu Mamba. This is Don Oscar. I'm calling from Italy.
Yes. Yes, my dear brother.
We have just learned about this terrible situation. Very, very sad indeed. Horrible. First of all, it's terrible because Given Lubinda is an elderly person. He is a senior citizen. That's the first thing. And then he is also a politician. and he is an innocent, law-abiding citizen. So I just have to condemn this happening, just as we condemned as well what happened at the PF Secretariat there. And I would like immediately to make two appeals. The first appealing is to the Patriotic Front as a family, as a party. I think this is the time. What has happened to Given Lubinda, we hope it can make you people unite each other, do campaigns peacefully without insulting each other. And I'm appealing to Amakamsi Amoya Psana. We need first of all harmony in the Patriotic Front. They are provoking you. Everyone has seen. We have seen it. Some of us, even if we do not belong to the Patriotic Front party, when you object or you condemn what the New Dawn government is doing, and why also President Hakainde is allowing these things to continue, and then everyone now is being called names, and we are being called as Patriotic Front members. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother us. This is not going to change the fact that we stand. I stand to protect, to advocate for justice, and to condemn any form of violence. Any form of violence. So, the other appeal is to President Hakainde. Your Excellency, President Hakainde, you are the Commander-in-Chief of Police and Armed Forces. You can command that our brothers and sisters who are in the police service, they can exercise their job professionally. In a country like Zambia, we have always been a peaceful country since independence, 1964. There have been some cadre issues, of course, even since Kaunda up to now under UPND. But Your Excellency, I repeat, you are the Commander-in-Chief of the police service and the armed forces. You can command that President Lubinda be released with immediate effect. If he committed a crime, Your Excellency, that's why you have police. And the police, they listen to your command as well. So if somebody commits a crime, it's the responsibility of the police to execute and arrest and forward the suspect to the judges so that they can determine whether he's innocent or whether he's guilty. Your Excellency, stop these barbaric actions from these young people. Stop it, condemn it, stop it, and preach peace in the country. Preach peace, Your Excellency. I am Don Oscar. We condemned the cadreism under the PF. By that time, everyone was saying the one who was responsible was President Edgar Chagwa Lungu. Now, Your Excellency, can you now accept that under this barbaric action we have seen in Kabwe, are you going to accept that you are responsible for this barbaric action? If you are not going to say you are responsible, then we can also conclude that Edgar Chagwalungu was not responsible with the barbaric or the evil actions that some cadres used to do before 2021 elections. That said, please, Your Excellency, bring peace in the country. Lero chiri pali given winda, mailo chikaba pali umbi omuntu. Italo chali vecha mtende cha Zambia. Bonse tulekabiro mtende. Vakateka, umfireni nefya bashkofu balelanda, bashkofu balilanda, balimieva, President Hakainde Hichilema. Preach peace, execute peace. This country can decide to go for elections, can decide to remove some members of parliament if they are not working. It's their right, the constitutional rights. But violence is evil, regardless of who practice it. Before it can be too late, our president, issue a command and stop this barbaric which has happened in Kabwe and the one which happened in Lusaka, just as we condemned the action that happened also in Chingola. Thank you very much, and may God bless you. May God bring peace and bring peace in our country, our beloved country, amongst all our people, regardless of their political affiliation. Thank you very much, Mama.
Thank you, Father. Yes, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good afternoon, Ambassador.
Good afternoon.
Yes, I would like to just remain anonymous for now.
Anonymous, make your contributions.
I wish to disagree to some extent with the previous caller, Father Mpombo, when he expects that President Hakainde Hichilema would do anything sensible or anything legal about what's going on right now.
He's hopeful. He's a priest. He's hopeful. He's a priest.
Yes, he's very hopeful, but I want us to come down to put our feet on the ground and be realistic. In order for this country to make progress, for change to come in 2026, for us to have peace going forward, I think Zambians must come to a realization that the man that they elected into office is neither responsible, logical, or is not even a gentleman at all. That man lacks everything required in a president. He lacks it. What has happened right now, probably he's laughing somewhere, because this is not the first abduction. We saw how he responded to the abduction of a member of parliament. He went to a podium and said, bring out the odd cases against him. No empathy, no sympathy, no love for the people of Zambia. It is not going to be, business as usual for this gentleman. We need to understand that this is not just a bad president. He's a bad human being. Now, we don't have to retaliate and do things the way that he's doing it. But we need to be realistic about our expectations. Our expectations need to be in check right now. This gentleman, this man who's in State House, he is not going to make a statement and correct his what he probably sent them. That said, we need to up our game for those of us who are supporting opposition. We need to provide our own security from now going forward. We need to be serious about it. We don't care what they will call us or they've gone back to Qatarism. No. The country has seen that if we don't up our game, our people will start dying. So we need to protect ourselves. That man who's there, whether it's community house or state house, he's not going to think and do what's right. He's not a good human being at all. He has no empathy, no logic, no sense in him. I submit.
Thank you very much, caller. I've got another caller. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
It's still me speechless because I was cut off by a call which I had.
Or speechless, conclude your thoughts.
Am I with you?
Yes, conclude your thoughts, speechless.
Yes, I want to conclude my thoughts, yes. I just want to make an appeal. And the appeal and the Alabama Chibemba, ndechitapiu kuba lumendo mweba lumendo wonse mweba lumendo ngamulengu mfwa lekeni ukuchita efyo mulechita pantu mweba lechulilamo ni mwevo takuli na bambi apopo muli nchushi vane vitela ama 200 ama 300 takulioka yaka mitwala tamwaka chite develop lekeni tuli bana bankashi tufwile twate mwana mulekeze mulechita tu mweba fyashi besu mweba buteko mweba ministers mweba tuchita surroundi lekeni eso mulechita lekeni ichalo chesta chakatari achina pantanchi yo ushekwenda na mkwanzo ko bukaya fin tu mukaya lande fisuma ya kuibati Zambia ya business tulewe sese chalo panuma 61 years of independence is not a joke. Twami papa tanga mulengu mfabonso komuli lekeni chichintu takufile kula na yotuli bana bankachi lekeni balumendo lekeni. I submit bamwamba.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my dear sister. Okay.
Just the doors close. Close the door.
It's okay like this.
Just like that.
Good afternoon, countrymen and women. We wish to address the nation on some very important and yet unfortunate circumstance that has happened in Kabwe. We have received some very disturbing reports from Kabwe that Honorable Given Lubinda has been abducted. He's been brutalized by suspected Upnd cadres who interrupted his meeting, the meeting that he was having with party officials, after which they severely brutalized Honorable Lubinda with all those that had accompanied him, and later abducted him and sped off in a pickup whose details were yet to avail to the police. The purpose of this address is to call upon the Inspector General of Police to immediately deploy officers to Kabwe and was run. Abducted at City Market. Today, we have our senior party officials beaten and abducted. Things that we never saw before. I do not think any citizen can today recount or catalogue the events of abductions as we have them today. Today, abductions are the order of the day. There is no freedom of association, no freedom of speech. What wrong has Comrade Lubinda done? We all know that we are going for the general elections next year. As a Patriotic Front Party, we have our intra-party elections. We have been engaging our party officials to lobby for support for our intra-party elections in preparation for the general election. Yes. What wrong has Comrade Lubinda done by exercising its fundamental rights enshrined in our constitution? A right to associate, a right to assemble, a right to speak to his fellow party members. What business have the Upnd got in PF matters? If Honorable Lubinda is meeting PF officials, what business is it of the Upnd to go and interrupt, brutalize, and later abduct members of the Patriotic Front Party? President Hakainde Hichilema, the buck stops at you. The buck to end violence stops at you. Mr. President, you've got to take full responsibility of what is happening in Kabwe. Inspector General of Police will act in your name, but the buck stops at you. We want to call upon you, Mr. President, that you immediately ensure that President Lubinda is secured from wherever he is. So, countrymen and women, this is what...
Alimi bali ku Northern Province, alimi bonse bali ku Northwestern Province. Today we have declared capitalism has started.
I've decided to come here to appreciate the vision of our able president, whose vision tells us that the country is now going on the right direction than it was before. I won't be ashamed to mention that, than it was before. Even those who hate him, deep bottom of their hearts, they know the president, the Republican president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, is doing fine. He has got the best vision so far, which we need to support. We have to support his vision. No matter what, we have to support his vision because it's leading us somewhere. It's driving the country into a right direction than where the country almost went.
Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I'm calling you from South Africa.
Yes, my brother.
Vamwamba wesu Zambia nomba kuna sakamana varupwa vantu twasha mu Zambia. Tawishi vene nove mairo ni wisa. Kuti nowo dinankwe pamo uri mwana kwati muno kanshudi naoni ene. Ale 50 ke kukabwe apa Zambia nomba yaruka ni death trap. Insta afei yose uri wonse ni ene. Upnd kuti vanchitashani. Just recently twali mwana pa secretariat of village ta ukuya ikifika pa secretariat paliwo kupasanganya okuma abantu abayikalire fe mumbali ya secretariat. Bushafa tufiri ko kwikala mu cyaro bamwamba. Ero twayimine efofo ma youth kuya mu kuvotera Hakainde Hichilema kubabika pa mpando. Amwe culprit ya kuvotera Hakainde Hichilema. Twakwete hope ya kweba bakesa leta umutende muchalo. Tabakese ambo kulacha ya ma political persecution ukwambo kuikatama opposition inapa bulo mulando. Chaba funya mukuikatama pepa ya PF tole mona kwa at least limbi mutima wabo walaikala. Abono mbabambo kulakonka secretariat no kwambo kuikatama leaders ba PF. Ushani mu democracy turi ero turi muri dictatorship. Bamwambe chintu chimocho ningafayo kuipusha na mwema Zambia ni bonse. Bushe takwaba ko kumbi kwa kuya mukuripota kwa ififire chitika mu Zambia. Mwe bantu bakwalisa. Bushe ababa nenso abaparanga ba church ama churches ama NGOs. Bushe basa mukuchita acting achakwewa abantu bachita act nangu chibashani. Balolera abantu bachitakitira ngo abantu barufya nyero nomba bayiminira bambo kulalanda waye wefintu efibifire chitika barefimona nikwiso ko tingapusukira mwe bantu bakwalisa nga chako bati muzambia fintu fire chitika fya musango itatukweta abantu abakuturandira awe mwe bantu kulira nalira koko turero mbako mwe bantu ngakuli obwafuka mwenga putwafirisha ko twafirisheni Zambia te Zambia twaishi bokufuma muri kaundo kufika na pali inonchita twapuisha mkwai.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, callers. Thank you. We'll be winding up. Let me take the last calls. We'll be winding up. I've got an update on Honorable Given Lubinda. As you can see, he has been rushed to hospital. He's admitted in hospital. You can see he's on oxygen, and he's just been admitted to hospital in Kabwe. That's a picture of Honorable Given Lubinda in hospital right now. As we are updating you, there's been an event in Kabwe where our acting president, Honorable Given Lubinda, was attacked, brutally dragged and abducted, and later dumped at a police station where the UPND cadres accused him of holding an unlawful assembly, and they said they were conducting citizen arrest. The cadres were sent by Permanent Secretary for Central Province, Dr. Milna Mwanakampwe. Our people that were around kept on hearing the cadres receiving instructions or relaying the update to PS Mwanakampwe. So PS Mwanakampwe is fingered in this abduction of Honorable Given Lubinda. Given Lubinda is admitted to hospital right now. Hello, callers. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I am Francis calling you. Hello?
Yes, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Hello, Mr. Mwamba.
We can hear you. Make your contribution.
Okay, thank you so much. Ine destape condemn ifine fchitikyo kukailionse wa UPND nangwama government officials wambi. Walitemwa okulanda tawe, there is rule of law, there is freedom of expression, na fimbi abene balanda, but nga balanda filia, nombe file chitika pa ground, tabade fikonka awe. Tafile konka na ngupano, nukulanda fefile fine, but ifile chitika, tabade afuilisha ifufwe na Zambia. So, ninko atako wari. Mu 2026 nang fair in fair ma campaign time ine ise shishi before chikava so bapote ko fair mano ba president wa HH bati if you balanda fire womba noti fire womba fe kulubalirwabo bacha abantu bambi takuli teta fire womba awe fire shitike kuli ba given kamwe firia tafiwe meawe kai bale sta mobilize abantu babo na bena bala sta mobilize abantu babo kwe bati bakeshiwefu bakesavota muri uko kusaro kuleisa so fira bachipanga kuna tachacho wamawe katwishinefo tuingachita na fira fine babatwele kuli basadikirindi kuti watu wafako but otherwise but if you balanda wa UPND na government officials ni fimbi de fire chitika if bafire bafurisha kwa abantu abalefo kweba tuti wachinja ko uteko tabale chitapo efintu ifilifyonse. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. We have to end the broadcast because I've got other commitments. I think we're doing an urgent update. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Calling me from Butterworth in South Africa.
Yes, my dear sister. Make your contributions.
Yeah, what has happened is just so nerve-wracking, Bamwamba. It mustn't be allowed to happen again. Given Lubinda is a statesman, and to see him being taken by those people who knows what they are, that thing must not repeat again in that nation. We pray for peace. The other thing is, if we fail to rule ourselves as civilians, can the soldier rise up until elections?
No, my dear sister. No, my dear sister.
Fail to rule ourselves,
no, don't say that on my broadcast. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. Let us be responsible. Let us not abuse the platform. We want you to air your views, but let your views remain lawful. We are condemning violence. We are condemning unlawful practices in our country, but it doesn't mean that we should go outside the Constitution. It doesn't mean that we should become lawless ourselves. That's not the spirit, and that's not the spirit of the platform. I understand your anger, but moderate yourself. Thank you very much. Okay, like I was saying, we will be ending the broadcast. We were doing an update on the abduction of Honorable given Lubinda, and let me take this call. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Okay, thank you very much, Ambassador Mwamba. Never kuno kwa kaputa mkwaisha nagandi ishilumbula nifafine. If take Zambia lelo, ba President HH tete batale tondolo. Ewe ne bamulandu uyu. Eba lela ndabula bushikunisha ifintu fya chitiga kuchingola. Tabachiteshani nomba. Umutima wawe nomba ulefayo kubwekeshapo embwekeshapo ya kuchingola. As if abachitile yolubuli lwakutoba yali amabwe niba PF. Lintu bali kataka li abantu abo bali kita suspect teba PF. Nangufe bali niba PF. Nishiba president bena kuchitafe release ulionse. MP wakubwengwa alela that we have now declared ichinshi kaderism back. Aletila ulianga kwa court of hearing one day wakamuipusha who the we are or who the we were. Uya MP wakubwengwa wapamini okulanda that we declare back the chinshi kaderism. Tituikale muzambe ya ulokulondolo kefyo. Ukokonso kwa bentu lubundisha chalo ku Tanzania efo fyatampile fintu ba PF and every other opposition umfweni imwe lilyaba UPND ku parliament baleleka ama policemen yabo musango wonse to be harassing bene munya Zulu ba Jean ifife ba sauma honorable Jean Chisenga mu parliament ba muma chapwira na palapeni so ngakuti bangira mu parliament ba umo omuntu imwe ba opposition bonse apo mupelele nokutisapo sana imwe ba PF. You think ba Hakainde and the MP wabo wakubwengwa and everybody else that he caused we have declared the kaderism back. You think they can spare you? Ngakuti baingira mu parliament grounds umuntu washibati mali ba immunity for ababantu ama MPs ama lawmakers kanu fyo mwine achilamo ekirubo chakwe. But awe konse okuna batita dilute kile kitika fyo file kitikila bande abena Zambia bosoko mwikele. This is not the Zambia we have to live in. Kalembesheni ukuvota na pali batonse na pali bonse pafujo kubokuchinja ubuteko bwalese semobwine when they came into power in 2021. We are the first political party to do this. We are the first, give them chance. They are the first political party to have one term mu Zambia nokupachikapwe baleya pantu tatwasuminishe ba president abaleta ambe fintu file kitiko msango. Why inista mule suminira bonso kwebati no mweso wali beka tafekale since 2021 ta campaign ya term yawo teyabalayi ba silenced kwaba fibalelanda ama opposition balelanda baikataba mu opposition bakakaba mu opposition tatwabala tureko okulanda apo obuteko bwayishila pantu kiruwo nichinshi umufi babepere bwakulisha balandiri ati ngana bafe sworn in for 12 hours for 14 hours dollar nishi aba 10 kwacha to $1. That meant if into Pacifica bwelo mutengo mchalo but afya bala fichitika if anything kuti nalanda kone chizungu bansuminishe the kwacha has been in retaliation of Hakaindezi declaration atika bwela pa 10 kwacha te abala ifika pona ngopali 15 iya fyo muyoko ya kuile afye. That makes us know that the Kwabama exports to Kwata Muchalo to back our foreign exchange reserves. So that is na ifo kwacha yesukuti ya pe mwinako. Imitengo ya fintu fense ya pamuru. Balela ndo kwebati. Bala leta ko. Ifyaku amalaiti yakalondolo kapanduku kana kwata amalaiti muchalo umulimfula nka Zambia nishintungulu tashikwete mani. Nomba bene erika batalala bayingire fe muchalo 3 months mubuteko 3 months amalaiti mu Zambia batutina. But tina tatwakwata na proper shopping twaleta ama standards twatu ashite fintu twabika ama freezer twabika takwaba fira bola kushita buchebuche every day kuya ku market nokubwela. So no babantunga na bamunati nachibipa fertilizer first time we buy some 2021 December September October fertilizer kwaka na patu beseni kwaka na muma buckets a thing we've never seen na ba unipi pakuya. It was never that bad ba unipi bali shida matawaye ngiba PF basho bulimi busuma na bonse ba MMD vena I'm sorry mukwai vena abantu babo bonse kuteka kwa bukonse takukwete ichile kwata koka landmark ati fyefo bachitile emwenso ubeke cho ukulu elo why ukutitikisha certificate yaba registration certificate yaba PF lintu bali mona court yonse ilela ndoko bati Chavinga te president elo how did Chavinga become president for fyonse bonse mwalitamba Chavinga na Mayo Sampa, aboka nuko Mayo Sampa le anda twala paka impia from State House. Shala isesha kubela abantu abama candidates bawekelo kwafuni. Na totela mkwai fingi family samfo tafikwa kusala ula. Kwena tachiwe mecho bachitile bebe ni ba na ba IG bonse. Kabebe ni beka teba laba itikuma video tule batamba ponse. Bamenso yabo na yeshi kwa mkabwe kuti bayabeka tafune lili ne pamene andabeka labali peshiba. Ngata balebe kata ni shukunta shuka bama buteko yonse na wobe neba IG na bambi bakala ikatwa with other governments that will come in power for having allowed such an ugly thing to happen on the grounds of Zambia. Lubinda ni presidential candidate in the other party. Abapele chikose elovena ba UPND bambelele kolusi ba UPND nikuisa mwafumya amano ya kutila ruling party iyo mwabamu iye into alliance with the largest opposition party with seats in parliament ba mwambambelele nikolusi akakene na lapwisha with seats in parliament takwala political history ya msango yo kokuina kwa America mwala ndila president akainja chikwali baba nenu ama investors au mkaleta mchalo democracy yabako opposition ba conservative what is ba congress ngabani power ba republican tabala ndati sentube pamo tabati tikishapwa so that mube part of us takwa bala kuba umuntu wanganda chapwa imwe are ruling you don't suppose that ba PF kuti baba part of you you're using that stooge called Chavinga impera yakwe hivi nkumbusha abalensa not ati pantu ndebona mlandira. He has sown a very bad seed that even his generation will come to pay. You are poor people's children and you are even poor yourselves. Mulea mukuikata mumuntu alibala mimina ko mumilimo ya buteko alanda ko kufia development yenu imamwai mamwa mukumutinta nyomwa abulo muchinshifida tapalifa mkwete fitifu. You won't see better days pali risendo na abale mituma bakala sekati yangulu ya lupwa nishi ni webo waliko we wishi kuna wishikulu. Thank
you very much. Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Okay, my name is John. I'm calling from Lusaka.
John, make your contributions.
Yes, thank you very much. I will speak just briefly. It's unfortunate what has happened to Honorable Given Lubinda. And these kind of precedences to be condemned in its highest term. I'm one person who does not support violence, whether in opposition, whether in ruling party. This should be condemned. But allow me just maybe to just comment a bit. You know, these precedences have been coming into play for some time. We saw these things coming from the MMD government, coming into PF, and now into the UPND government. The three governments have set a precedent that if not properly handled now, for Christ's sake, we may be in a situation where we have uncontrollable people doing a lot of things everywhere. It is something that the PF government allowed, and now that the PF government is out, regrets all this action. It's something that calls for a lot of, cause and round table meeting to see what is the best solution to this. The second thing I wanted to speak about is the opposition. You're not giving us the morale as the opposition to say, this is the direction we are going, especially the PF. You have structures around the country very intact, but I'm a bit more concerned to have over 10 candidates vying for presidential positions to say, no, we are going to the convention and this. I think for me, it's total confusion and lack of leadership in the opposition. We cannot have such numbers of aspiring candidates to say we want to take lead. This shows to me, it shows that we did not have a proper leadership, ladder that if one goes and then there's another one there's no succession plan. And also, it to some extent it tells us that there is some personal interest driven other than the national interest, because there must be a way. If the way we lost our former Republican president, by now, if we all say, okay, maybe there is Mr. Given Lubinda who was appointed and who has been the leader, we've seen he has steered this the party up to where it is now. I think if all the opposition would say, okay, let's rally behind this. This is our leader, and this is the person we are going to support, I think it would have given us a more practical approach to the elections going forward. But all this having 13 candidates, this one pulling the strings, of course we have that freedom of expression, but it just tells us that there is so much confusion and there's so much of personal interest being driven by the people in the opposition. So we need people to come together, and if we really mean to rescue this Zambia, we need to have a strong opposition that will show direction. Right now we have no direction, we have no opposition, and it's unfortunate where we are right now. We are facing all these things. You, Mr. Mwamba, for one, I think I respect you. You have got so much experience. You worked with different governments. If today you can give a roadmap, you are also an aspiring presidential candidate. If you give a roadmap, say this is the roadmap, I as an aspiring candidate for PF, I want to do A, B, C, D. I think it would give a lot of confidence to people. I've watched your broadcast several times, but I think we are focused so much on saying if the ruling party has done A, no, everything is B. That should not be the case. I think we need to change the way we approach all these, elections and these things. If we are providing checks and balances, give us a different ideology on how you are going to sort out certain things. You were in power. There was road shedding when you are there. What is it that you are going to do now that is going to change? Why did we allow certain things to happen then that now we are saying, no, we are going to do different? This is why this is the biggest problem we have. I'm sorry, maybe I'm concluding now. So I feel, Mr. Mwamba, and the entire patriotic front, this confusion we are seeing in the patriotic front now was there even before. If you look at when Michael Saka died, you saw how the succession to power, all that those court programs we had.
My dear brother, thank you very much. Thank you. Let me take the last call. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Okay, my name is Sencho Banda.
Honorable Sencho Banda, make your contributions.
Okay, thank you. What happened today makes a sad reading because it confirms the fact that the fight against cannibalism and to stop it was not an act of conviction, was an act of convenience. The fight against cannibalism should be border on what one stands for and what one believes. Why do I say so? Because when an instance which happened in Chingola, which I totally condemn, that arose the hibernating force of Qatarism in Upnd. And for me, I think there is need the backstops at the president to deal with this matter in a more holistic way, to ensure that this does not show its ugly head, because if not dealt with, we're going to an election and we'll be in trouble. And also for PF, I think there's need to have the housekeeping issues to ensure that there's cohesion in how you're handling matters. For example, which people want to use as a scapegoat. We saw our former Secretary General going on the media and standing against the action which was taken by the acting president. For me, there are procedures to be followed. In fact, for me, is that the former Secretary General should have been the last person to comment on that matter. If need be, he could have had an internal meeting and handled this matter. I'm on record that actually I did participate in the study which was sanctioned by the former president, and it was chaired by Honorable John Kapata, and I led the team to go out in the field to ascertain as to why PF lost. One of the core reasons why PF lost was capitalism. Secondly, was leadership. And one of the leadership issues borders on the Secretary General's office, how that he failed to galvanize the effort to ensure that PF went to the election as one. And today he's got no right whatsoever to come in a manner he has done when PF today has got leadership in place to handle any gaps which could have happened. For me, if he meant well for the internal process which is happening, this could have been handled internally. But for me, I think he should keep away and watch from a distance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. thank you very much for all that joined us on this urgent broadcast. I have to come back. We are hosting John Sangwa and Dolika Banda at 20 hours Zambian time. So I have to make preparations for that broadcast. And in between, I've got some meetings. This was an unscheduled broadcast because of what has happened in Kabwe. In Kabwe today, at a lodge in Kabwe, where Honorable Given Lubinda, the acting president of the Patriotic Front, was, and he was with some party officials, is in Kabwe. Remember, we have a court case in Kabwe where we're trying to challenge the injunction given by the court in Kabwe to expelled MP, Mafinga MP, Robert Chabinga. Honorable Given Lubinda was in Kabwe partly for those duties. Over 50 UPND cadres stormed the area, attacked the Honorable Given Lubinda and others, accused them of holding an illegal assembly, and they said they had instructions that the elections are not due, the elections are not nigh, and therefore they cannot hold such a meeting. They excused the women. They let the women come out, and then they beat, brutalized, and dragged Honorable Given Lubinda. You've seen the video where he is being dragged, and Musoma is in between there, one of our alliance members, trying to stop these cadres. They dragged Honorable Lubinda. We later learned that they deposited him at the Central Police in Kabwe and accused him of holding an unlawful assembly. Currently, Honorable Given Lubinda is in hospital, is being treated in hospital. You've seen the picture. It has just been sent to me. That is Honorable Lubinda in hospital. After that ordeal, the police took him to hospital. He was brutally beaten, harassed, dragged to the police station. From all the callers are very roundly condemning President Hakainde Hichilema for fostering this environment. He's fostered this environment. He has allowed attacks at the PF party secretariat. It's a series of long events. The first attack on the PF secretariat happened in 2021, and there have been many, either from the police or from UPND cadres, that have attacked the Patriotic Front's secretariat. That is not to be. He has gone for our parliamentary seats. He has ensured that those seats, for example, Kwacha and Chifubu seats, where we had very strong candidates in Lusambo and Malanji, he ensured that they didn't participate in those elections. And then there were wrongful conviction of Chitotela and Nixon Chilangwa in Kawambwa and Pambashe. And then we lost a gallant man in Mwense, Kapapula Humphrey. They just dragged him, beat him, brutalized him, and killed him. And there have been no investigations who took him out, and immediately the UPND took that seat. We've seen similar pattern. Lumezi, Mfuwe, and the president now went for the big one and just stole the Patriotic Front. He's literally the de facto president. He has put a stooge there. A stooge he has allowed to call himself party president. They've clothed him with legality, gave him the documents from the Registrar of Societies. They've given him money, support, and police escort from Parliament and from the Zambia police, and they call him PF president. They know that this entire process is illegal. President Hakainde Hichilema is engaged in the theft of the largest political party in Zambia, the Patriotic Front. He wants it and its leaders disenfranchised. He has put a stooge who then is proclaiming that the PF is in alliance with the UPND, thereby killing all genuine and credible opposition. If the PF is finished, if the PF was beaten, if the PF stole, if the PF has corrupt leaders, why, Mr. President, are you going to such a great extent to steal the largest political party? There have been condemnation over internal matters in the party. I have been in the forefront. When we had illegal campaigns, I issued a very strong statement that let's wait for directives of the Central Committee. The matter that was raised by our former Secretary General Davis Mwela, though genuine, though credible, cannot be raised in the format and structure that Honorable Davis Mwela raised it. It is clearly an act of indiscipline. Honorable Davis Mwila probably should have communicated. If he really wanted us to communicate this matter to the members, he should have given us his statement, spoke to me or acting president or SG acting president in acting Secretary General, Honorable Brenda Nyirenda. Either of us could have issued a formal statement expressing concern around the decision of the acting president. But we know that there was a central committee coming up, and we know that as an active member of the Central Committee, Honorable Davis Mwila had an opportunity to raise that matter. It is these issues that weaken our cases to the outsiders. If we appear indisciplined, we appear not to follow our own rules and regulations, the outsiders take advantage of us. A house divided cannot stand. The enemy, like they always say, when brothers fight, the inheritance, the millions, the wealth, the family cat or family farm are taken by strangers if family fight. If we are fighting in the manner we are, strangers will take the inheritance of that President Michael Sata and Edgar Lungu left. It's very important that we should not become desperate just because of these campaigns. These campaigns will come to an end. We are going to have a leader we are all going to rally around. We have to allow a democratic process. We have to allow a clean process. If we engage in processes that detain, damage, destroy the patriotic front, how will we then rise in the next few months to present such a leader to the people of Zambia as a credible leader to replace Hakainde Hichilema? So it is required that there's internal discipline, especially by senior members like myself, like Honorable Davis Mwila, and like any other. Let us not become desperate. Let's not engage in maligning, maliciously attacking each other. I have seen several camps unleash their cadres and pour attacks, these venom on each other's candidates. How will we emerge united if you destroy yourselves at just primary elections? To President Hakainde Hichilema, Mr. President, we've written a letter to SADC. We are saying you are stealing the largest opposition party in Zambia. We are saying that you are destroying democracy, that you are attacking democracy, you are attacking institutions of democracy, the office of the registrar, parliament. You have let Nelly Muti recognize Chabinga. You know that's illegal. The changes that have been made at Ministry of Home Affairs and Registrar Officer, you know that is illegal. You are deliberately engaged in stealing the 2026 elections. Look at your appointments at TCZ. Despite the objections from all stakeholders, you've refused to back down. You've refused to allow a democratic, independent, proper process to take place at the ECZ. The Electoral Commission of Zambia has always been led by a Supreme Court judge. You will not have it. You've appointed your own cadre to head it. You've brought Kasaro, who we know his role in the 2016 elections that resulted in his removal from ECZ. We know what happened. These are the people that you've brought back. Mr. President, you are engaged in stealing not just next year's elections, but our democracy. Look at the laws that you've enacted. You want to silence the country. The UPND today responded to our letter that Emmanuel is a fugitive. Why am I a fugitive? You need to answer that. Why am I a fugitive? Because you abducted me in the manner you've abducted Given Lubinda. You beat me, you brutalized me, and when I began a process to make the policeman that abducted me accountable, you brought a case against me that I had beaten a policeman. I called on Zambians. Let me just take this call. Maybe there's an urgent update. Okay, thank you very much. It was just a call to inform me that Honorable Given Lubinda is in hospital, a matter that I'm already aware of, a matter that I've communicated to you. I was saying President Hakainde Hichilema is engaged in acts to destroy our democracy, is engaged in acts to destroy our multi-party character of the country, hard fought for freedoms we got in 1990. We abandoned one-party state. President Hakainde Hichilema is determined to take us to that one-party state. He's used parliament, he's used the judiciary, he's used the Electoral Commission of Zambia. Today, the Patriotic Front can't participate in elections in Zambia. We cannot participate because he has directed ECZ not to allow our credentials. He's taken and stolen the party from us. This is an attack not on the PF. This is an attack on democracy. And President Hakainde Hichilema must be called out for what he's doing. Our democracy is hard fought for. It cannot be given at the altars of political ambition. It can't be given away because someone desperately wants a second term he doesn't deserve. It can't be surrendered because you, Mr. President, think that you deserve a second term. If you deserve a second term, allow the democratic process to reign. Allow the will of the people. Allow the will of Zambians to determine who should be our president. If our people are happy with you, if the people believe your story that you've brought peace, that you've brought, you're promoting human rights and the rule of law, if our people believe that you are good for our economy, subject yourself to a clean, fair, credible, and democratic election. Don't steal the election. Ladies and gentlemen, God bless our country. God bless Zambia. We see you at 20 hours. We are hosting John Sangwa and Dolly Kabanda. We profile them in their cause to join partisan politics, in their cause to join in the civil and political process to emancipate our country. So see you at 20 hours. God bless you and God bless our country.
Okay. Just the doors. Close the door.
It's okay like this.
Just like that.
Good afternoon, countrymen and women. We wish to address the nation on some very important and yet unfortunate circumstance that has happened in Kabwe. We have received some very disturbing reports from Kabwe that Honorable Given Lubinda has been abducted. He's been brutalized by suspected Upnd cadres who interrupted his meeting, the meeting that he was having with party officials, after which they severely brutalized Honorable Lubinda with all those that had accompanied him, and later abducted him and sped off in a pickup whose details were yet to avail to the police. The purpose of this address is to call upon the Inspector General of Police to immediately deploy officers to Kabwe and was run. Abducted at City Market. Today, we have our senior party officials beaten and abducted. Things that we never saw before. I do not think any citizen can today recount or catalogue the events of abductions as we have them today. Today, abductions are the order of the day. There is no freedom of association, no freedom of speech. What wrong has Comrade Lubinda done? We all know that we are going for the general elections next year. As a Patriotic Front Party, we have our intra-party elections. We have been engaging our party officials to lobby for support for our intra-party elections in preparation for the general election. What wrong has Comrade Lubinda done by exercising its fundamental rights enshrined in our constitution? A right to associate, a right to assemble, a right to speak to his fellow party members. What business have the Upnd got in PF matters? If Honorable Lubinda is meeting PF officials, what business is it of the Upnd to go and interrupt, brutalize, and later abduct members of the Patriotic Front Party? President Hakainde Hichilema, the buck stops at you. The buck to end violence stops at you. Mr. President, you've got to take full responsibility of what is happening in Kabwe. Inspector General of Police will act in your name, but the buck stops at you. We want to call upon you, Mr. President, that you immediately ensure that President Lubinda is secured from wherever he is. So, countrymen and women, this is what we thought we should bring to the fore. A very, very unfortunate incident indeed. And we pray that wherever Honorable Lubinda and others are indeed safe, because they were severely brutalized by those that have abducted them. Thank you very much, countrymen and women.
Very sad. You cannot do that. You cannot do it now. You cannot do it. You feel very bad when they time. I thought it was being dragged on the street. Yes. Sure. Yes. No, it's very bad. They've been severely brutalized.
Oh, before I end the broadcast, let me just say the picture I showed is not verified. The picture I showed of Honorable Given Lubinda in hospital is not verified. I'll proceed to delete it. I think someone took advantage because I was live and doing a million things here, and they sent me that picture. But I'm being informed that that may not be a picture of Honorable Given Lubinda. I apologize. It will mar what we are saying here. I'll proceed to delete that picture. Someone took advantage that I'm live and sent me that picture urgently. Someone reliable and is in Kabwe. But from what I am being told, that is not the picture of Honorable Given Lubinda. I apologize for that. The rest of the facts that we communicated remain truthful.
Okay. Just the doors. Close the door.
It's okay like this.
Just like that.
Good afternoon, countrymen and women. We wish to address the nation on some very important and yet unfortunate circumstance that has happened in Kabwe. We have received some very disturbing reports from Kabwe that Honorable Given Lubinda has been abducted. He's been brutalized by suspected Upnd cadres who interrupted his meeting, the meeting that he was having with party officials, after which they severely brutalized Honorable Lubinda with all those that had accompanied him, and later abducted him and sped off in a pickup whose details were yet to avail to the police. The purpose of this